So today's topic is interesting because I do think height is a big thing about men. Have you ever felt conscious about your height?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really? Tell me more.
Hey, bro, look at me and Neil. Have you seen how tall we are? We're fucking minions. My peak time was in Asia when people were telling me I'm fucking tall. I'm like, oh,
That's why he loves Malaysia.
oh, nice, handsome guy. You're so tall.
So I was always the smallest kid, even in my teenage years, like I was on the football team and stuff, but I was just too small, so I always had to sit on the bench because I just get run over on the field.
All right. So the first statement is tall men automatically have more leadership potential. So Ali, you have to defend that tall men do not have, and Neil has to defend it.
So back in these times, we have this perception already. Like we need to band together to be safe and we need someone to protect. Would you go for the little guy or would you go for big guy? So fast forward to today, even without thinking or non-conscious, would already perceive someone that is taller as a better leader.
The smaller people would need to fight more to get to that level of leadership, which is why they've actually been acquiring stronger skills. And just want to say, Neil is a very good example of a great leader. And Neil is not the tallest person. Can we close the argument here?
All right. Very happy to be back with Ali and Neil. Say hi, guys. What's up?
Hello.
Yo.
Ali is slightly high today. He has something happened to his tooth, and he's on a lot of painkillers. But we are blessed to have him. He has still made time to do this, even though he has been in so much pain. So thank you so much, Ali.
I'm glad to be here. This is part of my pain killing, so that's good.
All right. So today's topic is interesting. I was thinking about what should we talk about, and then I got to this topic and I was like, yeah, we haven't really talked about this. I think it's interesting, and it does intrigue me a lot because I do think height is a big thing about men. Like everybody wants to be taller, and some of them don't, but they compensate that with their personality or something. But a fact that I found out was that 60% of the people on dating apps lie about their height, which is crazy. I did not know that. This was something that was astonishing for me. Have you ever felt conscious about your heights? Ever?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really? Tell me more.
Hey, bro, look at me and Neil. Have you seen how tall we are? We're fucking minions.
Ali, how tall are you? I'm 5'6", right? So that's 168 cm.
I'm 171 or 72.
So like 5'7".
I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. No, but dude, I think it's of course in relation to your partner. So listen, okay, depending on where you are on Earth, listen, if you're in fucking Denmark where the average height of a lady is 175, you're a bit fucked, okay? Let me just put it this way, okay? You put it into Asian standards or Middle Eastern standards, out of a sudden 170, 171 is actually pretty decent, okay? So I think it's pretty much which region you are in and then how tall people are. So yeah, I think that's at least. But consciousness, yeah, of course, during time, because I think dude, I was one of the kids that grew very, very fast for a short period of time, and then like, I'm taller than all of you, and then out of a sudden, these motherfuckers started to be 1 foot taller than me at the end of primary school, and then I think I grew for a couple of years, and then I stopped there. So that's
Oh my God, really?
So I had my peak time. To say it, guys, my peak time was in Asia when people were telling me I'm fucking tall. I'm like, oh,
That's why he loves Malaysia.
oh, nice, handsome guy. You're so tall. I'm like, yeah, my friend. Thank you. I'm gonna stay here forever, only for that compliment.
What about you, Neil?
Yeah, I definitely had my fair share. Like I was always the smallest kid, and the opposite of Ali. Like I didn't have a time where I just shoot up. Like it took me a very long time, like to get to this height. Uh, so I was always the smallest kid, even in my teenage years. Like I was on the football team and stuff, and even though I was good, I was just too small. So I always had to sit on the bench because I just get run over on the field, you know, every
Really?
time.
Uh,
Yeah, like, I think
Oh my god.
I think for most of my teenage years, it was like I was always just a small guy, you know.
Shit. And so, what changed now? Like,
What
do you
changed?
still
No,
feel it at times now, or no? Not at all.
no, I don't give a shit, bro. Like I'm too old for that now.
same.
Very much, really. Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's awesome.
but that's the thing, right? I think at a certain point in your life, I mean, for some guys it doesn't go away, I guess. Um, you know, like maybe the insecurities and stuff remain, but I don't know. For me personally, it's like after a certain amount of time, it's like, yeah, this is not really that relevant, you know. I think it's something that definitely has merit. Like, I mean, I think women do desire like taller men. You want to be taller. You want to be, you know, uh, not the smallest or shortest person and stuff in the room. Like, um, even physically, physical presence, or to be, you know, stronger, whatever. Like size is a big deal, right? How tall you are, how big you are, etc. So even in terms of like someone potentially looking at you to attack you, to rob you, whatever, like them going after the big guy compared to a small guy, you know, what are the odds, right? Like so there's so many sides to it. But then for me, the way my counter to it, because it's just something you accept, right? Like if you can't do anything, you can't do anything. Like I know they sell all these shoes and all kinds of shit, but I don't believe in that stuff, you know. Like, but you can develop the other sides of yourself, you know, like stay fit, get lean, build muscle, be smart, you know, like make money, whatever, all of these other things that make you a whole person. So if you just define yourself by, okay, I'm this tall and then that is it, you know, like kind of pointless, right? Like just super one-sided. So that's how I saw it. And then man, honestly, like, yeah, I think if you're an interesting person, if you do well, you have ambition, you're funny, you can still, you know, like I don't think you'll suffer in the dating side of things, you know. I never had any problems there, even though I was the shortest guy and whatever, you know.
Bro, he
But as
showed
long
his
as you
six pack in every single picture. Of course, he didn't have any problem.
have
I'm like, he definitely had an upper hand in other areas.
no, no, no. Beyond that, you know, like yeah, you can work on the other sides of yourself.
Absolutely. I think, yeah, I think it doesn't really matter. Like, I never felt that you guys will be conscious about your height because like your height is great. It's not short, but at times when we're growing up, comparatively, it becomes like you're always comparing yourself, and I think that's human nature.
Hey,
Yeah.
bro, did you see the time where Monique could put her hand on top of my head and Neil's head?
But
Yes.
that's Monique, right?
Yeah,
That's
bro,
it's
you get the tallest lady of the Dutchland, the Netherlands, and you bring her over to Malaysia, and she's almost so tall that she pat us on our head. I'm like, have you seen the dead by Snoo Snooze? Dude, that's
Thanks
the
to
moment
you. Thanks to you. Yes.
I was feeling it at that moment. That was humiliating, but very nice in another way. But Monique, shout out. We love you a lot.
Salam
But
alaikum.
Shout out, Monique. Okay, so next segment of this podcast is breaking the stereotypes. Okay, in this segment, we will use Ali's highness a lot because we are going to be debating about few statements about men's height. And we will have one person who will be pro it and one person who will be against it. And last time we had a lot of confusion in this, so this time we have to clarify who is saying what. So I will start with the first statement, but let's start with you and Neil and Ali. It'll be in between you two. And then you guys can, at the moment, already decide who's going to be for it, for the topic, and who's going to be against the topip.
Got a
Just pick
little
one.
pause there.
Are you
Just
pro
pick
or are you
one.
against?
Okay, Neil, pick one.
You pro,
For or
I'm
against?
against.
Okay, so
Okay,
I'm for it.
so
Yeah, you
you're
for it,
for
I'm
it.
against
Okay.
it.
All right. So the first statement is tall men automatically have more leadership potential. So who's for it? Who's against it? So
So Neil
I'm
is
for
for
it.
Neil.
it, I'm against it.
Yeah,
Okay, so Ali, you have to defend that tall men do not have more leadership potential automatically,
Yeah.
and Neil has to defend it. Neil is for it, so he has to defend this title. Okay, so let's start with Ali. We will have a 3 minute debate, and we will first start with Ali. Your time starts now.
I think one of the main characteristics that you're looking for in a leadership is the charisma of a leader. And when I'm saying the charisma is how much he shine and he's able to lead other people towards a certain goal. And in that case, if you are tall or small, that wouldn't actually define it. I think it's get down to the personality of the person. That's part of it. And again, depending on the position, but again, if you are a visionary and you have those ideas that can convince other people to get in a certain direction, you can be a female, you might not be the biggest one, but if you are convincing enough and you can get people on board on your ideas to support it, to act on it, and you can achieve the results that are the skills that you're looking for in a great leader.
Okay,
Show me your
point
height, my
taken.
friend. Show me your height. Come, Neil,
Neil.
defend.
yeah. So my argument is towards why the taller people will be perceived as better leaders, right? And to me, we don't even need to go fancy on this. We can think back to, let's say, the Ooga Booga times, caveman days, right? Which we're still somewhat wired to non-consciously right now as we speak, right? In an office setting, in life setting, in everyday setting. So back in these times, we have this perception already. Like we need to band together to be safe because individually we're gonna get picked off, right? Saber-tooth come for us, whoever creatures, other tribe, whatever, come for us, right? So we need someone to lead, and we need someone to protect. Would you go for the little guy or would you go for big guy?
Okay, can I counter
So
now?
wait. So fast forward to today, even without thinking or non-conscious, would already perceive someone that is taller as a better leader.
I see the point. Rafi, can I quickly jump in if I have?
Of course, you have time.
Good. So, two things. The first one is most of the time, the problem when you are taller and you already have the perception, you would not do much more than that. So, you would lean on your height to be your confidence source. The thing is, for smarter, again, like being the oldest and middest kid or the smallest kid, the smaller people would need to fight more to get to that level of leadership, which is why they've actually been acquiring stronger skills. And just want to say, Neil is a very good example of a great leader. And Neil is not the tallest person. Can we close the argument here? I want you, dude. I want you to see. I want to see a counter argument on that.
Go for it, Neil.
No, I think valid point. However, um, this okay.
Bro, this is gonna be the point of history, man.
Yeah.
Get
No.
that one, man. He's a fucking dude. Neil is a fucking great leader. He's one of the visionary people who will be able to get any fucking idiot out there to follow him, even in the worst stuff on earth, even to participate in obstacle races without even have participated in any physical activity in your life. Okay, this is the kind of leader that you see in Neil. Thank you. I
Mm,
just told you there, man.
Yeah, we all know who won this. Of course, Neil had great points. Neil, you were very convincing with
yeah. No,
talking
but
about the past and
let's
pride.
just close this point, right? Because I want to add to that. There is like this analogy. I don't know who came up with it. One of these gurus or authors or something. I don't know if it's Naval or someone, and they were like, if you had to pick between two people for, let's say, a position or a role, whatever, always go for the one who is like, looks less competent, let's say. I don't want to say the ugly one, but you know, that's essentially what they're saying, right? Because that person would have had to work harder to get there, right? So it's similar to Ali's point. It's like, okay, tall, big person, whatever, they come in, automatically it's assumed that, oh, this person can be a good leader or whatever. But then if you have someone who is a match to this person in everything, in skill set, in demeanor, whatever, but they're just maybe shorter, it may be that that shorter person may be more competent, more reliable, more disciplined, and might have done a lot more work to get there. So that's a valid point.
I almost forgot everything about my pain. That's a good thing.
Yes, gone.
No, but dude, I also took like the heavy painkillers and took 3 pills. So I'm taking them every 3, 4 hours. So yeah. But again,
Wow,
it's keeping me for now.
that's a lot, bro.
Bro, imagine I'm a person in my life, like especially adult life, I've been taking painkillers one time. And that was during Corona because I'm usually saying, no, I prefer that I feel the pain and then let it go away. And most of the time I've been blessed with very good health. But the amount of painkillers I've been taking recently is almost a compensation for an entire year. But you know what? It's at the point where it's a necessity. It's not because it's not because I have an option here. If I don't do it, dude, the pain is insane. And yeah. But dude, you have had pain issues before, or sorry, teeth issues.
Yeah, a
Mhm.
lot, bro. I went through hell with my teeth, like crazy, crazy, crazy.
Crazy man.
So I know it's like probably is the worst pain, that your body can produce, I think, is
Yeah,
toothache.
because it's nerves, dude. It's like
Yeah.
like it's like lower back pain when it's the most intense and your nerve are just sitting there and it just triggered the shock like in your entire body. The thing is like this one is central in that area. So it's a centralized pain up to your brain. So I don't know what it does, and all of the nerve system, which is extremely sensitive in that area. And I'm like, but here's the thing. Honestly, what I've been taking away from this is the perfection of God. Because for me, once you get a tooth, and that tooth is literally a micrometer small or imprecise, the chewing will be out of tact, and out of a sudden you have a misfunction which needs to balance in your jaw. And I'm like, how perfect a creation did God make that we can function, or your ecosystem? Because I'm like, okay, I've been looking at my teeth. I'm like, I see a little bit of a like a what do you call it? Where it's going a bit inward in here, and that's just because my over the years my system has been adjusting itself so it can chew properly and so on. And I'm like, dude, one little detail. And then I'm asking myself, if everything hasn't been created into perfection, it would never have been sustained. So for me, I'm like, you know what, God, I believe in your creation thanks to the misfunction that I'm having. Because that really shows that if things are not perfect, it would never have been working together. So that's at least the blessing and I'm taking away from this one. Rafa, you're back game, bro.
Yes, I was talking about how I feel hungrier people get farther, and hunger comes, from, I feel, insecurities. So I know a lot of the people say shit about insecurities, but I think they get you somewhere because there is no bigger driving force than being insecure about something, and it motivates you like a motherfucker.
Rafa, can I quickly, because I was reading the book Letting Go, and I think that one is related to the emotional spiral, and is speaking very much on how you can use certain energies to raise up to higher energies, which is like one of them is apathy. I think like which is the lowest of like I'm dying, I'm like I cannot do anything, and then out of a sudden you get into a state of frustration or anger, and then you get into a surrender. Once you get into surrender, you see a certain hope. Once you see certain hope, you start to take action. And I think sometimes like if how to translate those, as you said, for example, insecurities, I'm like you get a frustration and anger, and that anger can be translated into some action, and which will actually produce results that might push you further in life. As you said, like for example, I know it myself, and sometimes because I've always had, for example, the confidence, the charisma, I know how to sell myself, and so on. I didn't need to be the strongest candidate for every single position. because I know how to sell the entire package, so the perceived value was very high.
Yeah.
But then you have someone else who's way stronger than me in, for example, technical skills. They wouldn't be able to outshine, but in the real work, they might be able to do better. However, because I've been consultant, so I've been learning how to adapt in new circumstances. And again, I know it because me and my previous boss, we both went into the job market at the same point of time. Listen, he's probably 3 times smarter than myself and competent, but he couldn't really sell himself. By the way, he's a very tall guy. But it's about the selling and the confidence that you're shining through. And then on the other side, what are you compensating with in skills? But the problem is people don't really see your skills in a job interview or when they're hiring for a job. They buy it for your confidence because if you're confident, they believe you can back it up with the results. But
Okay.
that's a conversation for itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Should we get to the
Next
next?
question.
Who's going to be the moderator? I can't be anymore.
I can
I'll
be
moderate.
moderator.
Okay,
I won.
Okay,
go
Ali
for it.
moderates. Okay, so the should we select first who's going to be for and against, and then I can
I'm
share.
against.
Okay, I'm for it.
Good.
The topic is short men should always compensate with big personality.
Okay, go. That's a okay. 1 second to think about it, Neil, because it's a tough one.
Yeah.
I can tell you, Neil have a very big personality.
Short men need to compensate with big personality.
So you're
No.
against it.
Yeah.
And
Okay. You start.
Okay,
okay.
Rafael, go.
Um, so I'm for it, right? So I do believe short men should always compensate with big personality, right? Because it's just hard. Like I feel men with
Yes, it's very hard.
Yeah, bro. It's so fun.
Bro, did I get into a therapy session? Why you hurting my feelings this much? Bro, we not that tall, but dude, small people small
Bro, it's
people
not
lives
that bad,
matter
bro.
too.
oh my god, it's a tough one. Okay, all right.
Oh.
I mean, there are a lot of tall people, tall men in the surrounding, and especially I feel um, if you feel insecure, especially then, I do think you have to outshine with your personality and compensate with things like, being visionary, being a great leader, being funny, being charismatic, and all of that, right? Because I do think, you know, not having a very tall height might make you insecure. And if you have that insecurity, then you have to cover up with your personality.
Neil.
That's the argument. Okay, so here's the thing. If you're not a tall person, you're a short person, you don't need to have a big personality because then you seem desperate, you seem insecure, you seem like you're trying too hard and you don't want to be that person. So develop other areas. Actually, whatever it is, let's say it's your profession, your specialty, whatever it may be, actually be competent. So that way your height becomes irrelevant. It becomes nothing to do with anything because you actually are who you say you are. That's one thing. Then, you don't need to be loud and seeking attention and be the biggest personality. You can be quiet and simple and getting along on your own way. Like your height is just one aspect of who you are, but you can be other things, right? You can be good looking, you can dress well, you can be funny. You don't need a big personality for that. You don't need to be the aura of the room when you enter, like the loud mouth, like not necessary. So there's so many other sides to being a complete person, to being a competent person, for attracting women, whatever it is you want, that doesn't require a big personality if you're a short person.
But Neil, everything you said adds up to having a big personality, Like you said, you talked about being funny, you talked about being charismatic, you talked about being good looking, and trying to take it away from the height by these traits.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't work on your height, but you can work on all of these things. But that doesn't mean you need to have a big personality. Like I said, you can be quiet, you can be simple, you can be calm,
Hmm.
but be competent in everything else, right?
Okay, but how about how about getting that attention? Like, like when you're tall, you get the attention because you're just tall,
Hmm.
right? When you're
Hmm.
not tall, if you're not getting that attention, don't you think they would need to be a slightly louder, or like take some of the attention away?
Not necessarily. So be the flower that attracts the bees. And that way you don't have to be, you know, loud and aggressive and trying to command attention. Just be the flower that attracts the bees. So work on yourself, become the best version of yourself, the fittest, smartest person, and you don't need to be loud. You be silent, but
Yeah,
you'll
I
see what
reckon.
happens when you start doing that.
And as the very objective moderator, I can tell Neil was a fucking farmer of flowers. Just saying. Just saying. No hint. Well, can we? I think both arguments were actually very, very good, but yeah,
No, but I,
being
I,
the
I align
flower.
with, yeah, I align with the flower.
I also go with the flower, bro.
Yeah, flower took it.
We all meant for the farm, bro. We all meant for the
Hey, I
farm.
just
Let
want
the
to say,
bees.
guys, can we please? Don't have many flower shirts, but that was actually a tradition for us.
Wow,
Remember?
I forgot about that one, bro. That was
Bro,
a
I
good one.
miss so much my flower shirts. That was one of the happiest moments. So to give a bit of context, I started introducing. I fell in love with flower shirts because I got one in one of my vacations, and I got one from my bro. The other bro he had it, and even when we went to one of my mandatory parties, we actually had flower shirts, and we actually even made a flower day in the office. So we really loved our flower shirts, and we even have very good pictures with our flower shirts. So maybe we should get ourselves flower shirts and jump in instead of our dark shades
Yeah,
color that we have in here.
yeah,
Wow, everyone is aligned on black, yeah?
Yeah,
yeah.
almost. I'm like, I don't know.
We like the dark.
We like the night.
No. And dude, you need to have brighter colors, and I told you, not you, the other one. Rafe.
I know. You told me. I'm trying to
Yeah,
get
good.
brighter colors.
Bro, the beige color, the green color, the olive color you were wearing when I was visiting Malaysia was actually some of the best colors for you. And Neil, I know he think that he looks very good in a red, but
Can't wear it every day.
yeah, but dude, no. No. You are also a beige, white, sometimes and also a yellow. Those are your
Yeah,
colors.
I'm not sure about yellow.
Yellow.
Yes, because I remember also you actually had it in the office at some point of time and it really suits you. But you need to figure out, I think it's more of a mustard than actual
Yeah,
bang yellow.
Yeah.
Because
mustard.
that
Yes.
dude, it works.
Okay.
It works for you.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
did have a monster shit. Shit, bro. I got a call in 2 minutes.
I
All
gotta
right.
run into another meeting, but guys,
Pleasure.
We need to wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
All
Rafa,
right.
you were the moderator, so
Yes. So I think it was a pleasure speaking with both of you and talking about height. I think it's a big topic for a lot of men, um, because there are always these insecurities where you want to be taller, you want to be, have fairer skin, especially in Asia, or have darker skin if you're in the West. But I think the whole idea today, what we found out is that as long as you're okay within your own skin and you're satisfied within your own skin, you're enough. And I don't think there is anything else that you need. And with that, we can end the podcast. It was a pleasure. If you listened, share your feedback and also share what your comments are on the questions we had, if you're for or against
peace.
as I'm always saying, if you're high, you're not gonna think about your height.
it. All right, guys. Love you.
Cheers.
Bros, I need to jump. Got a call.
Ciao, you
Cheers.
guys.
So guys, be good.